Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. That is Arabic for peace be with you all. I am Imran and today we have an iPhone X here which was sent to us by another shop, and they said that they replaced the screen and after that there was intermittent touch. Sometime it worked, sometime it didn't, and now they said that after a while it had no touch at all. So as you guys can see, there is no touch. So let's go ahead, get started and see what is the problem with that specific phone. I've already removed the screws, so we're going to disconnect the connectors and take the motherboard out. Motherboard is out, so let's see if we can see any gaps between the two layers. Seems fine to me, but you never know. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the readings in diode mode for the touch connector here. So let's go ahead. We have our schematics open. No, well, it's not a schematic, it's the board views in ZXW. We have reference values over here, and we're gonna try and find out which one is causing the problem. Set the multimeter up. Let me show you guys if it is possible. Okay, there we go. We have our multimeter, you guys can see, and you guys can see under the microscope the pins I am touching. So the red probe on ground, and let's set the orientation right so that we do not mix up the pins with others. Okay, so at the far left we have ground. Okay, now we're going to start with the top line. 709, close enough. 388, fine by me. That's okay too. Oh, that's fine. Ground, we have open line, and we have ground again. 390, 390, 410, 631, 395, open line. This one should not be open line. Okay, so we have one open line here. So that is pin number 3 according to the board view, which is open line, and it should not be open line. It should be showing me something like 370, 380, 90, between that range. Okay, let's check the other side. That is fine. That is fine. that is fine too. 641 is okay. 390, 717, ground, 704, open line. Yeah, this pin sometimes shows open line and sometimes it shows between 680, 710. So I'll consider this one okay. That is fine. That is fine too. Okay. Okay, so we have pin number 3 malfunctioning. So let's see what that pin does and what is the problem with this one. So pin number 3 here is SPI AP to racer CS connection. Okay. So we have a filter here and a cap. Let's see where the other side of the filter goes. So this one goes to S131. That's the pin on the middle layer of the motherboard, which attach the two separate parts together. Right, so let's find out if the filter is okay or not before we go ahead and separate the layers. A tiny bit of a heat would allow us to easily remove that waterproof glue. Okay, grab our scalpel. Alright, so this one here, let's switch the multimeter into continuity mode. This tiny little dude is our filter and it is working perfectly fine, which means that there is a problem with the middle layer of this phone that attaches the two parts together. And it is very common that after a drop or a shock to the phone, the middle layer, not all of it, but some of its points get separated from the joints or even broken as well. Okay, so the heater is ready. Alright, so the motherboard is separated. We turned the heater off. Now we need to see which point it is. So it's S131, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin number 6 from that side. Over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get it out of the heater. Alright, so pin number 6, board pad number 6 from the top, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one here is solid, which means it might be a problem on this side of the motherboard. Which we are going to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is perfectly fine as well. So what are we going to do? Okay, it's a solid point. It's not moving, which tells us that that it was just a pseudo solder. Pseudo solder, that means that there was a crack between the balls, or in this case the ball, and it wasn't connecting properly. So the only thing we're going to do here is we're going to clean it up. And we're going to reball. Let's do that. Grab our soldering iron, soldering wick, it wasn't working, so let's just apply a little bit of leaded solder to make it easier to clean. All right, solder is on. Start the cleaning process. I should have just put it in a holder to hold the motherboard down for me, so it will be a lot easier to clean up, but I'm just too lazy to get the holder out. Actually, you know what, I should do that. And there we go. This will be a lot easier to clean. Alright, that's cleaned up. Let's just clean up the flux. Okay, all of them are nice and shiny. Let's put them into the reballing kits. These are the new ones I had ordered from Keon Lee. And this is the first time I'm going to be using them. You can see, just taking them out. So they slide on like that. Okay, so that's seated. Now which one is for iPhone? Let's see the, not bad. Alignment's pretty good. Okay, let's get our soldering paste. A little bit of out. Dry up the extra flux in it. because if you don't, it will always float your balls out of the stencils. Okay, so I think that's enough. We don't want it too dry, it will make it harder to apply. Cleaned up nice and easy. Let's put our, wow, this is gonna need a little getting used to, and we have to remove that before we go ahead and put this on. Okay, so this is holding it down nicely. All right, let's start heating it up and see how it works. Okay, we have our heat gun ready. It is taking longer than I am used to, but the balls look nice and shiny. Let's just see that if we can do it in the first attempt nicely. So I'm turning it around to give it as much heat as possible, because there's not a lot of room for your hot air gun. Okay, that looks like it is done. Let's just let it cool down a bit. Yep, seems okay. So we have to slide it right to remove the top cover. Let's get our stencil off. We are missing one ball here, right there, one ball right here, another one over there, and another one. Other than that, everything looks great. And these ones, I think there are no solder balls because of them being rusty. As you can see, this one is a little darker than it should have been. That one too. Let's see if there are balls in the stencil over here. Yep, there are balls in the stencils, as we can see. This one, and this one. But let's just see first what that thing does. Oh, let's just get them out and put them up there. So we need a hot air gun again. Still not joined together. Yep. Nope. Need a little bit of flux. This one will do the trick. Looks like. Yep, good to go. This one over here needs a little bit of flux too. Let's get that ball out. Get down here. There we go. Nice. That one again. Okay. There we go. Tiny bit of a flux here too. We forgot to do that before. And that's it. That is ready, and then we have one over here. And for that one, well, we do not have any balls stuck in the stencils. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what that pad does. Okay, so this one is for the signals. It's coming up from one of the power amplifiers. So we're going to need a ball for this one. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of that flux, solder paste, and then we're going to heat it up and then we're going to put it over here. Yep, we're gonna need a little bit of flux, and there we go. We have a nice and shining ball, which should be okay. Nah, it's a little smaller than it should be, so we're gonna do the same thing again. Take a little bit of that solder paste and put it on over there, and yeah, we don't want it too big and we don't want it too small either. There we go. We have a nice equal in size with the other's ball. Alright, that's good. Let's apply a little bit of flux on all around the edges. This is gonna help make our balls nice and shiny. And then we are going to put them back together. It will also help us reflow the top layer back on to its place. Okay, that is done. Time to reflow. Okay, that looks nice. Time to put them back together. Ah, no, we forgot to clean up the other side of the motherboard. Yeah, we need those pads nice and shiny too. Okay, that is done. Time to wick. I always wick them to make sure that every joint is equal. Okay, wicking is complete. Time to clean up that extra glue. Flux, I mean, not the glue. Okie dokie. Sorry. So this is back on. Okay, very much aligned. Let's turn the heater on. All right, everything looks like seated properly. Let's just let it cool down for a minute. So let's see if our board has cooled down. I think it is soldered properly. Let's take that screw out that we used to remove it. Put it back in the chassis. Okay, everything is back on. Let's see if it turns on. Yep, we have display. We have our touch. There is a password on the phone, and we don't know what the password is. Where is the password? We don't have it. That's fine. We're gonna call the customer and we're gonna find out what the password is for that phone to test everything is okay. Come on, pick up. No answer from the guy, so that's it for today. Touch is working back again, and I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so as soon as I turned off the camera, the customer called us back and gave us the password. So I decided to just record a short clip to show you guys that everything is working on the phone. So let me enter the password, not showing you. So there we go. We have the cameras working, the front camera working as well. Let's go ahead and check the sound. So we have sound. Let's record our voice again to make sure the audio is working fine. Let's play it back. Our voice again to make sure the audio is working fine. It's perfect. That's it. Thank you very much.